decided to become members of our church. I'm not really sure about the date, but I think it was in the late 70s. So I met him in church, but did not really know him well at first, because I left our hometown to study in another island. The only thing I remember about our first meeting was his big smile. I only saw him once in a while, whenever I had a chance to go home during school breaks and holidays. That's when I started to call him Manong Bendo, meaning Manong means big brother, and Bendo is his nickname. And in our part of the Philippines, it's common, especially in churches, to call older people aunties and uncles, or in our dialect, titas and titos, or big brothers and big sisters, manongs and manangs. As a sign of respect, I came to know Manong Bendon better when I returned home after graduation and got a job at the local bank. Again, got involved in our church and became part of the church board, of which Manong Bendon was the chairman. He was also a Sunday school teacher for the men's class. Our church is a member of an evangelical Baptist organization known for its stand on biblical truths, also known for board meetings and congregational meetings, which during sometimes members can get carried away by their emotions. But Nong Bendon, as a chairman, had this, I think, special gift of calming people down with his big smile and a very calm demeanor. Among other good qualities I've seen in him, these two stand out and they still linger in my mind. He was a very good Sunday school teacher, always giving deep spiritual insights into the lessons he was teaching. I know that for sure because I was one of the students in his class. Manong Bendon also loved reading books. He was up to date with world affairs. He sometimes, in conversation with me and other friends, shared what's going on with politics and economics around the world, especially the US. That's his favorite subject. My time working together with Manong Bendon as fellow church board members was cut short to about 4 years in a bit because I left the country to go to Sudan and Malawi, which are both in Africa. And they're a Christian Canadian organization called Emmanuel International, or EI. I worked in Africa for almost 3 years. That's where I met my ex-girlfriend, now my wife. I mention this because it is a link to a more closer relationship with Manong Bendon and his wife, Manang Iris. After my term with EI, I went to the Philippines. Linda and I decided to get married. You know, in Filipino weddings, we have the tradition of choosing sponsors or godparents for marriages. In our dialect, we call them maninoys and maninays. In Tagalog, they are called ninongs and nina. Since Linda didn't know anybody in our place because she comes from England, I had the pleasure of choosing our maninays and maninoys. 6 of them, 3 men and 3 women. Usually in the choosing of godparents, you think of the people among you respect most and who have made an impact on your life. Among the men, the first person to come into my mind was Manong Bendon. When I asked him to be one of my maninoys, without hesitation, he said yes with a big smile, although he did not know Linda yet. And so he became Maninoy Bendon, not only Manor, but Maninoy Bendon to my wife and me. Bendon was an example of a godly character and integrity. He was a loving husband and father, a loyal church member, and a very faithful follower of Christ. My late father, who was pastor of a church, really appreciated his service, and so did my brother, whom the church chose to succeed my father as pastor of the church. Manila Bendon was still in the Philippines when we celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary there in 2015. At the time, Manila Iris was already with the Lord, and Manila Bendon was contemplating moving to Canada to join Ivy. I'm glad he decided to be with Ivy, and later on Alvin and family here. When he was visiting Canada, we had a chance to bring Manila Bendon to Pioneer Village, which was very memorable as Linda got to know him better. We enjoyed our time together and saw his keen interest in all the historical exhibits there. To Ivy and Alvin, thank you for being good children. You've done an excellent job and taking good care of your beloved Papa up to the end. So, Manila Bendon, you are gone from us, but you will always be in our hearts. You are now reunited in heaven with Manila Iris, your beloved wife, enjoying the presence of God whom you love and serve. At the appointed time, we will see you again in heaven with your big, glorious wife.